I'd like to report a body on the side of the road.
They told me somebody would be there and to get in the truck and lock the door. We sat in the car and we waited, which seemed like hours. This was probably just minutes. The cop car pulled up and I jumped out of the car and I told him that I had seen a naked lady on the side of the road and she was really white and I thought she was dead. The officer told me, take us there, but stay back 200 yards. We pulled out of the parking lot and we drove. And then I said, Nikki, this is it. There's Bullion Bend up ahead. He had a big spotlight and he was looking. And then he came back down and told me that they hadn't found anything and that we should go home. And I told my husband that I didn't think that they believed me and that they thought I was crazy and they probably just stopped the search. But I know that I saw her on that road.
Hey guys, how's it going? Not bad.
Later in the shift that night, I met up with the officers that had gone up to the call that Deborah Hoyt made.
What's going on with Bullion Bend?
We were speculating. I mean, maybe she's imagining it. Maybe it's a practical joke.
Okay, so was she nuts? I mean, was she?
No. She was very convincing. Like, she saw something.
They believed her. It wasn't like they dismissed her as being a whack job, but they believed her.
We got in the house and I just laid on my bed and kept crying. I kept trying to go to sleep, but she kept popping in my head. The vision of her just kept popping in my head, and when it did, I would wake up and cry.
I got a call to go back to the sheriff's department. I met with the aunt and uncle of Christine Skubish, who had just spent all night driving up to Placerville from Southern California.
Okay, well, we want to help. Where can we go?
They were concerned, obviously, for Christine and for Nikki because nobody had seen or heard from them. And they had indicated to me that they wanted to start their own search.
Highway 50. Okay, we're going to go there now?
No, you keep it.
I recommended that they get some rest. They were both very tired. Get some sleep and start fresh when the sun is up. As I was talking to them, I was becoming more suspicious that there could be some connection between this naked woman and Christine Skubish. I just had a sixth sense. I thought, I'm going to go up into that area and search myself.
And I was desperate to find her along with my wife. As the time was clicking on, we started getting more and more worried. We knew that something had happened, but we didn't know what.
As I drove up there, obviously the sun is rising, it's getting brighter. I approached the Bullion Bend area. This is the area that Deborah Hoyt had told the officers where she'd seen this naked woman. I was looking for anything that was out of the ordinary. It could have been debris on the roadway that ordinarily wouldn't be there. It could be skid marks off the side of the road. Anything that isn't ordinarily on the highway, I was going to stop and investigate. Once I got into the Bullion Bend area, I slowed my car down. I saw a small tennis shoe, like a child's tennis shoe, on the road. I'm thinking, what are the odds that this is Nikki's shoe? I mean, this is exactly the location that I had been told Deborah Hoyt said she saw a naked woman on the shoulder. I could look down and actually see this was a very steep drop-off. And there was, big pine trees all intermingled there. And as I'm looking down, I started to see debris. That's when I saw the red car. The whole roof had been peeled back on this car. And so the entire top part of the car was missing. It was gone. I came around to see if there was anybody in there. I realized at that point, this is in fact Christine Scoobers. I reached and I tried to feel for a pulse. At that point, I knew that she had died. She was deceased. What bothered me the most about this, not that seeing Christine like that, but looking across the car, that's what really got me. He had basically the look of death. He didn't have any life looking at him. I took my light and I shined my light in his eyes to see if there's any reaction. And I saw no reaction, no pupil change. I didn't feel a pulse. I believe that Nikki, too, was dead. And then I've noticed that his chest, as he's laying, his chest rose a little bit, like he took a breath. And I thought my mind was playing tricks on me. I thought I was seeing things. And then I got down close and I can actually feel shallow breath. And I said, oh my God, he's alive.
Nikki, stay with me. Nikki, stay with me.
I immediately got on the radio.
Send EMT down here as soon as possible.
I tried to hold his hand. I said, Nikki, if you can hear me, squeeze my hand. I tried to get him to interact with me. I just continued to repeat his name. I told him, you're going to be okay. And another deputy showed up, and I called him down to where I was. I told him who Nikki was, and I said, you got to stay here with him. I'm afraid the family's coming. I didn't want them to see the condition of Christine or Nikki. And sure enough, Karen arrived.
Stay back, please. Nikki's okay.
And I had to put up my hands and say, stop.
Stay back. He's okay.
I kind of held Karen and I looked her in the face and I told her, car's down here. I found both Christine and Nikki.
Watch your step. Careful.
And I had to tell her, I said, Christine didn't make it. Christine died.
Oh my God, Christine!
But Nikki is alive.
Okay. All right.
Get your home, buddy.
Everybody ready? 1, 2, 3.
It's okay, Nikki. Get your home, please. Get your home, buddy.
The firefighters, the paramedics, they did all the treatments, the neck support, everything, and put them on a flat backboard to get them out of there and load them into an ambulance.
We got the phone call. They found Chris and Nick. And my wife kept saying, well, how are they? Are they okay? And I had to tell her. Brenda, Chris is dead.
Today, police responded to a fatal car accident.
My mother came to tell me I needed to see something on TV.
23-year-old Christine Skubish and her son Mickey went missing 5 days ago. Their car was found in a ravine. Christine was pronounced dead at the scene.
I looked up and I saw the woman that I had saw on the side of the road.
Remarkably, Mickey survived for 5 days without food or water.
She has the same soft face. And if you could imagine her eyes closed, that would have been her.
The woman that Deborah Hoyt saw could not have been Christine Skubish because the night that Deborah Hoyt saw this woman, Christine Skubish had already been dead for 5 days. The coroner's report indicated that death was immediate and that she died on impact. Christine Skubish never took off her clothes, never climbed up the hill, never lied on the side of the road, never went back down and got redressed and put herself back in the car. None of that happened. She was lying dead in that car for 5 days before Deborah Hoyt ever saw anybody on the side of the road.
When I walked into the room, I could see him there, and he was trying to hold his hands up. Hi, Papa.
Nicky, look at you.
And he was pale, skinny, but he had a smile on his face. I walked over there and not grabbed him hard or tight, but just held him as gently like a baby. And it's like we were happy. Although we lost our daughter, we were happy that Nikki was still there.
Roughly about 17 years have passed since the accident happened. Most of the things that I do remember are just lots of flashes, mostly pictures. They're very vivid. The earliest ones I do remember being at my grandparents' house with my mother. I remember them having a conversation. I don't exactly know what it was about. That's about the earliest memory that I have. The